Hello from Athens, Greece. We'll start the game we played earlier against Kosten from Russia, a very strong player. Have played before. We have lost a lot of points from him. Let's try to gain some back. Now we hit in the outfield. We'll leave less numbers by hitting the 14 point. We played this match earlier, but my microphone was not on, so yep, let's try that again. So I'm voice-overing it. Let's see, for 2 I think it's better to go for structure, since like now 2-3 is duplicated. As we see, he doesn't gain much from hitting. Okay, he does, and he also makes the 10 point. I think there are 2 options, but we don't want to give him that many good numbers, so some double hits. Let's play more solid, go for structure, since we have to we have a better board and we can start attacking him. He cannot do 2 things at the same time, going to make the 5 point, let's say, and also make the anchor, unless he rolls something like 5s. So yep, here we have to select the 1 point and anchor up, since we duplicate a lot of his aces that he wants to make the 5 point, or maybe with 4-1 the 7 point. 5s, I think I would play it safe, but he chooses to go for structure. He gives me 3 shots, but we still have a bloat, so maybe it's correct. For 2 options, leave me the same numbers and make the 4 point. He does. Now we slot. Now he doubles. That's a tough decision because we are 16 pips down, but since we have the 3-point anchor and we can make our board, we can take that. He makes his 7 point, very crucial. Now he has a 5 prime, so we have to stay back and wait. Yep, of course. We make our board. He has some awkward rolls. Okay, he plays it flexible. 5-4, now we get a shot. Okay, we remain flexible. 2-1, has to step up a bit closer. Same numbers, so yep, probably that. Okay, we wanted that a bit earlier. It's okay. Of course, we don't leave the anchor. He has a lot of pointing numbers, and we're down in the race, so yep, let's wait to be lucky. This is a good number for him. Oh, he chooses to clear the 7. I would have played to the ace point. He doesn't gain much from our 4s because we can, as we see now, we can play it from the back. But okay. 5s are bad. Okay, we don't get a shot. Now I think we have to leave and give him some good 5s, but we don't want to have a 4 prime, and even if we hit, we don't gain much from the prime. He can enter like 50% or more of the time when we hit, so yeah, we remain structured. Now to 1. Yeah, I think there's no point in leaving the force because we only gain in when he rolls to 1, so okay, he plays it like that, he doesn't hit. I would play the same. Now there's a tough roll. I think I would take from the 5 and not hit, but I'm not sure. He chooses to hit, probably correct, but he also leaves some numbers after that, some big numbers like that. I don't know, that was a tough one. Have another shot, we're not lucky. For 2, how will he play that? He leaves less shots, immediate shots at least. 6-1, he has to step up, he will not break the anchor of course. We just wait, we check, as we say in poker. Okay, not a good roll. Yeah, that's a difficult game to win. Okay, so probably we're down to 0. Nope, yep, we're down to 0. So it's okay, now we just have to be a bit more aggressive with the cube and accepting the cube, and from his standpoint he has to be a bit more careful giving the cube or taking cubes, especially with gammons involved. It's a good roll for him, for us too. Okay, splitting it down. Yep, it's a good roll for us. We prevent him from anchoring. That's a great roll for us again. I think we have to double right now because, as we said, we have gammons, we have a better than 50% position, and in this type of score we have to be very aggressive. Now there are 2 options: hitting on the 1 point, make a 3-point target, but I think we have to remain a bit more flexible, especially in that kind of score, and hit the 3rd checker. Another tough decision is where to play the 6 here. Since he has 3 checkers in the 13 point, I choose to play to the 10. Not sure about that. Here is another difficult choice. Probably it's better to anchor up and just leave the 6. He doesn't really want to hit with some of his 6s. That's one of them. He chooses not to. That was a difficult decision. 6-2. Again, we don't have anything to gain by hitting the 2 point. We remain flexible and try to build our prime. That's not a good roll. Okay, just play the race from now on. He has to leave and yes, control some of the outfield. That's not a good roll, but I think we have to make the ace point and have the anchor in case we hit a lucky shot, especially in that score. Yeah, 4-3. Flexibility is key in this kind of positions, that we just wait each other to leave the anchors. It's a stable position. 6-4. I see 2 options: playing from the 13 or closing the 4 like I do here. I think I played for board here, but I'm leaving more shots. He has a bloat inside. Okay, we'll see. 5-4. Yep, no shots. He has a decision now. He chooses to control the outfield. We make the board. That's a good roll. I think we have to stay here, since a lot of numbers hit and cover or attack, and we lose all our raise equity leverage if we cannot enter or enter in the 1 point. So I think we still can wait a bit. Okay. 4s and 5s can play from the back, only some 6s leave the anchor, so stay back. Race is good for us. This is a tough decision for him. The race will be very close after the play, so I think he wants to keep us in check in case we leave. And okay, he chooses to leave the 11 point. I'm not sure about that, because now we can just leave the anchor. The race is pretty close. We choose here to stay back since the race is close. We are 2 pips up, but he is on roll, and we have some wastage on the 3 and the 1 point, so we are probably a bit down in the race, considering the crossovers also. Aces is not great. Now he snaps and thinks, and he doubles, which I think is very tough one to find at this score with not many gammons, but he does. Great play from him. Well, of course we accept, since our take point is very low. It's an easy take. The cube decision, it's much harder. And as we see, we leave the 20 points since we have race advantage, and now we have a decision, and I think we have to take it and double and play for the match. Since we are on roll, he's not likely to win this race in the long term at this point, since he will probably break from either the 1 or the 2 later. We had probably more than 50%, so it's a great time to redouble for the match. Let's see if we get lucky. Okay, we need an ace or a 2. We got both, which is great. Okay, we win the match against a very tough opponent. We also play really good. We didn't have that many tough decisions, but let's wait and see the analysis of the match. As I said, I played this match earlier, so yeah. Okay, let's see. Here we are checking the 2-1. And now the computer wants to play completely flexible and leave 2 bloats, but I think for a human it's very tough to do that, since we might be lucky and get a shot. We don't want to have 2 bloats inside. The cube is in the middle. We will face some tough decisions later. It's a human play that, of course, you consider it, but it's tough to do it. Okay, small equity lost, at least in the 1 ply. Okay, the thing is, it's pretty unlikely for him to leave a shot either way, so computer goes for the most common thing that will happen, that it's for us to be flexible and make the 5 point and have a much better board than we currently. Let's go and start from his point of view and look at every mistake. So now he has a 3-2 to play. He has to unstack the 13 point, of course. He has 6 checkers there. Computer never likes when one anchor has 5 or more checkers in it without flexibility. So yeah, 3-2. As we see, it was a duplication problem, and his best choice is to just anchor up and go for a normal 50-50 game without many risks, without increasing the gammons. We still have a bloat to 2 bloats to get them safe, so he doesn't gain much by hitting, since we have a lot of shots, return shots, and a better board. The only thing is that he gains some raise equity, but increases gammons and our gammons especially. Okay, so let's go to the double decision. It was the correct take. As we see, 16 pips, it's okay. It's closer to the 20 or 25 pips that it's getting tougher in those kind of positions, that it's a holding game in the 3-point. And since it is an equal score, our take point is low, so without, as we see here, we have only 24% and we lose only 4% gammons. So the take is clear, since our take point is 23 and lower, and it goes to 23 due to the gammons. So yeah, have a clear take here. As we see, it will be close to blunder if we pass. Probably closer to 20 pips, it is a pass, since he is likely to make another point. But yeah. Okay, let's continue. He's 5-4. We didn't see that, but it's okay. The 2-1, as we said, there's no point in give him the fours. Just duplicate the ones and control the outfield. If he hits, we only have 6-5 to hit. If he doesn't, we have. If he doesn't have a safe play, he will probably leave us at least 4 shots. So yeah, there's no point in duplicating. We only gain in the 2-1, and yeah, even then, it's not that much. It's just one roll. Okay. Let's see his play. He has a 6-1 to play. As we see here, he chooses to not hit, which I think is the most winning play. Is the play that I would make without playing with 2 bloats. But the computer thinks it's a better play, I think, because you lose a tight bit, like 1% less games, but you win 3% gammons, and since the gammon is the gammon value is close to 50%, a bit less, you gain a bit more by the 4% gammons that you have in the position that occurs. So this is why the computer thinks this is the best play hitting, even though it's a bit more risky and you lose some wins. The wins, the gammons overcome the wins that you lose. Okay. Let's see next play, when we will go to the next play. This is a tough position for him to hit, of course. Yep. Okay, so let's go to the double take decision. Here, of course, a double and take. As we said, we have, as we said, a lot of gammons, 26. The wins are not that much, are close to 60%, but as we see, the gammons are those that make it a clear take, a clear double, and it's of course a clear take, since we are in behind a small prime in the 24 point. We might not even make the 4, so yeah, it's an easy take, no matter the score, at least in normal type of scores. Let's see, 6-5, another mistake, small one, but maybe bigger in the one play. I don't know. Yeah, here we give him good 6s. I think that's the problem. And if we play outside, we have a lot of numbers, if we get lucky and he doesn't hit, to make points and go safer home. Maybe. I think that's the logic here. If he hits on the 2 point, we also okay, hit with some Oh, the 2 is duplicated. Okay, if he hits in the 14 point, we have some flexibility because he has a stripped 13 point, let's say. I don't know what's the logic there. And here it was a tough choice for him to hit or not. As we said, it's not easy to leave the anchor there, especially at this chord with the cube in the given. The gammons are very effective for me, but since he gains 2% winning chance, as we see here, and loses only 1 and something of gammons, 1 point, I don't know how much, it's a slightly better, it's a blunder basically to not hit, even though you have some returns and you risk a lot, and you also have the bloat on the 23 point. That is a bit of a problem too. You will play with 3 bloats, but still, okay, that's very tough for a human to figure out if the percent of the gammons that you win and the wins that you lose or something, you know, that's very tough to put in perspective when you play, especially. Okay, 6-4 here. A blunder for us. There are 2 plays, yeah, but only one good one. Of course, the computer goes for the safest one, since we're up in the race, not too many gammons, no point in giving him many shots. Okay, the blood made me choose otherwise, which was wrong. And here the 3s, as we said, it's a big mistake, and it's for the reasons that we talked about, that you leave the race is very close, and I can just leave and have a good game. If you play like that stiff in the 8 point with 5 checkers, you don't gain much. But in some 6s or some 5-4s by me, you gain a lot. So yeah, I think it's a clear play. Difficult to do over the board, of course. Okay, let's see the double take decision. That was a very good double by him. I don't think I will find that, even though I'm up in the race. The gammons are not that high, and as we see, we should have stayed back. 5-2. Now we have 25%. Is an easy take. Our take point is much lower than that. It's lower than 20%. So yeah, now the other cube decision that we had, which, as we said, we are a slight favorite, and when we have the 4 cube in our hands and we're down in the match and we can play for the match, it's a great opportunity to take our equity, the equity that we are given. Okay, and just rolling to the end, and we win the match. Thank you. See you next time. Bye bye.